In this video we will find out if I can use Ice Wizard as a main damage dealer in my build. In the expert dungeon there is a rule that can boost your Ice Wizard skill damage by up to plus 300%, making his skill go from 150% to 450% damage. Let's just say I have my doubts, but we shall see. We will be doing this test with both promotions, of course, and in order to gain a little bit more from this test, I have also prepared two different set of items for my Ice Wizard. The first one is a typical double proc set, so his cooldown is lower than my Pure Wizard's cooldown, meaning he will be cast twice for every Pure Wizard cycle. And the second set is a good old critical damage set with some area skill damage lines, which will boost his skill damage over 600% for this test. So two promotions and two set of items, that means a total of 4 tests for this one, and he will be a level 610,000 for this video, which is on par with my other main damage dealers on my setup currently. And of course in the skill tree I have the full ice tree to boost him with his nodes and also the elemental fusion node, so that he can also passively give the elemental fusion boost to himself as well. So buckle up, it's time to freeze! In this first test we will be using the Ice Wizard promotion, the left side promotion, with the double proccing items, so his cooldown is lower than the Pure Wizard cooldown. Let's go, let's see how this first battle will go. I'm a little bit nervous. Basically he's replacing Town Archers from my current build, so I'm really like putting a lot of pressure on this guy, and I'm seeing a little bit of damage. I don't think I see like an instant ground clear at least. Things are dying, we are winning, so at least that's a good start. That was the first test with the Ice Wizard promotion, double proccing items. Ready for the results. Let's see how much damage. Okay, wow, 17% of the damage done. Let's say I'm surprised positively. I did expect a little bit worse performance, to be honest. I probably expected like Dark Lightning Archer performance or something like that. Okay, it's damage. Double proccing is some damage. The boss damage is, okay, non-existent. But that's at least, that's a great start. Okay, for the second test, we will do a same Ice Wizard promotion, but with the critical chance, critical damage, area skill damage items. So now we have a longer cooldown, but we have much more damage from the freeze. So let's see how this one will go. Otherwise, they're exactly the same build. If you have a good eye, you probably noticed I also have the Ice Base in my build. So currently by using that, I'm making my Ice Wizard a little bit more powerful, while also nerfing my poison damage dealers, my Sarah and Succubus, which is kinda unfortunate. So probably not something I would probably run in my main game, but for this test. Okay, let's see damage results from critical items. 17% again. Okay, that's really equal results for the Ice Wizard promotion test. Let's just say, yeah, I'm surprised. I would love this damage to be a little bit higher, because he's like the main AoE clearer, so he should be like clearing the entire ground. So I would love him to be around the same damage as well, at least as Zeus is. But it's more than I expected. It's more than I expected, let's just say that. Our third test will then be with the Ice Sorcerer promotion, who has a larger radius for the skill, with a little bit of less damage. But we will start again with the double proccing items, so same items exactly as in our first test. So as you can see now we have 400% for this area skill damage. Let's go. Ice Sorcerer, double proccing. Let's find out. Ooh, I would imagine... Well, I was gonna say this might do more damage, but because, well, things are usually dead, I don't think he's hitting that much more monsters than the Ice Wizard promotion. But perhaps... That was a pretty good wave, to be honest. It wasn't a bad wave at all. He's on quite high ratio, I must say that. Okay, Ice Sorcerer, double proccing, 13%. Okay, so it's worse. At least for this test wave, it was worse. The overall wave looked great, but his overall damage is worse than what we had with the Ice Wizard promotion. So this was Ice Sorcerer with the double proccing items. And then next, the fourth test, of course, which will be still with the Ice Sorcerer promotion, but we will be now using again the critical items, so we have more critical chance, critical damage, and also area skill damage. So our stats look like this right now. So the fourth and final test, will this be... I have my doubts. It won't be better than the Ice Wizard promotion, it seems like that. But that might also be situational, because like half the time when he is cast, even if the area skill damage radius is larger, he's like only hitting stuff within like half of his skill. So if you had more monsters on the screen, then he probably would do a little bit more damage, I assume. But final results, are you ready? Let's see. 10%. Okay, that was the worst so far. So at least it would seem like, for me personally, like Ice Wizard is a little bit better promotion to be used than the Ice Sorcerer promotion. They all did. Like, let's say the Ice Sorcerer with the critical items is something that I would have expected from the beginning for the level of the damage to be. But he does some damage at least, so that's a positive thing. So let's end this by doing another test with the Ice Wizard, because that performed best, and I think the double proccing items seem to be better. So let's do another test with this and see if we get similar results as in our first test. If that's pretty much the same, then we can probably conclude that the Ice Wizard promotion with double proccing items is probably better, at least for me at this point, at this wave level. But we shall see. Without the ice base, I would assume the damage would be a little bit lower. Well, of course it would be a little bit lower. That was an interesting stop. The enemies were still frozen when they died. Okay, 14%. It's a little bit lower than what we had in the first one, but still better than with the Sorcerer. So now the damage result is pretty much on my expected level. So it's something. I'm just not sure if it's really worth the money invested, because 600,000 level for me is a quite high level hero, to be honest. The same level as my Zeus is, so there's still quite a lot of difference, and Zeus doesn't have an AoE damage, so Zeus also has boss damage, whereas okay, our little ice fellow is here. Wow, that's non-existent boss damage. But that was to be expected, to be honest. We did not expect any boss damage from the Ice Wizard. Well, as a final conclusion, I had my doubts, and let's just say he did better than what I expected him to do. However, with this high ratio as an AoE damage dealer, it just doesn't perform as good as the other options. So I would say that this is not the ice damage dealer you are looking for. If you want a better one, look for his sister. She's much better bang for your buck and doesn't require nearly as great money investment to work.